So, it's Susan. Hey, I want to talk about a video I posted about 2 days ago regarding my process because it seems to be the process for many. And if you don't fall into that category, that's okay. But I do want to talk about it for those that are falling into that category. So, something that is my ability is to follow energy, to decipher the energy, and I utilize myself as that as the blueprint. Why do I want to share this with you? So when I'm speaking to another, which is what I call the mirroring effect, right? So you speak to another and their ability to share what they're feeling lets me use that as a mirror effect. As I use the mirror effect, I can then travel and see where that initiation of that thought came in at. And over the last few days, it's been very evident to me that a lot of people have a lot of childhood stuff coming up. And I'm going to get into more detail to explain it in this regard, because I feel like a lot of you have my same ability, but you don't know how to identify it yet. So that's one of the reasons why I'm explaining it. Another way to identify how to work with it is when you hear from another, a storyline consistently in your life, it's usually helping you to point to your storyline. Let's get really, let's try to go even further. So, we all have the ability to travel energetically. I'll give you a reference point. Because sometimes this stuff sounds really out there, but once you have the reference point, you can then identify within yourself. So, debating right now if I should start the video over again so we can have a format that might be easier to follow, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Okay, so the traveling of one's own energy. First thing that will help you is I was listening to someone today, and she was saying, I've been feeling this ever since I was a little girl. Being able to identify when that feeling came in is when you were younger. We're going to start from here. When you were younger, your ability to determine what you thought and what you felt about this reality system were put in place. I reference this because current energies are to re-look at those choices that we made when we were really young as a way to identify what's currently happening right now within us. This gives you a quantum time travel ability to go back in time to the self that was younger, to be able to re-examine some of your decisions that are affecting your life now. I was giving you the example of that 2 videos ago in my reference to feeling like it's always Groundhog Day, but also feeling like the patterning that occurred when we were younger is affecting our now moment. Energy in science can be transformed, but it cannot be removed. The ways in which you and I have been explained to manifest is only one sector of it. So we may manifest something, right? Let's say you want to manifest a person in your life. So you manifest a person in your life, but if you look at it, it will feel like Groundhog Day because it'll have the same dynamics. No matter what you put on your list, it'll have the same dynamics of why it will end. And those dynamics were created within you at an earlier stage that is still in motion until you choose to change it. That is the free will factor, which is why it's always so very frustrating when people create it feels wonky and they go, oh, I didn't include this. You didn't include the origination of what your thoughts are from when you were younger and when you first got here. Those pieces of energy need to be transmuted, transformed, any word that you want to use, but they have to be looked at and identified to get more clarity. My channel has been about and is continuing to be about how I look at it and then how I go about it within myself, right? But I only am doing it as a way to represent to you a mirror effect and an opportunity to see where to look within yourself. Now I'm sharing all of this with you. It's really hard because I'm like, with my energy all the time, I'm sharing this all with you because in effect, everyone is in this process. If you've been on the spiritual path for a while, this is the point you will get to. A lot of childhood stuff. Let me give you a reference on how I see it. When someone's in front of me and they're telling me their story, as the mirror, I see and can pinpoint the part of them that is a reference to when they were smaller and when it began. And now they're adults and they're still dealing with those same feelings. Therefore, it says that those emotions are in a repetitive mode until they are transformed. That's how I identified it outside of myself. Now I could stop there and I could say that's their stuff. Like you're watching me now and you could say this is my stuff, or you watch any of my previous videos and you can say this is my stuff, or you can see me as a reference to your mirror on where to look. I've been lucky. If it occurs enough times in my presence, for me it's 2 or more, it usually is a sign on where to look back into self. Now our human side wants to go in and fix a person that's on the outside of us, giving us a reference of where that pain is at. We want to soothe that pain. We want to help them correct that pain. But only they can do that because it's free will and it's their energy. Just like it's my free will and it's my energy. I'm sharing this all with you because it's up for so many that I think it could benefit to go into the science. The quantum science is what I'm referring to, right? Of ourselves and how to go back in time to when we were 3, 6, 7, 9, whatever, and look to see when that thought got originated that is now creating the looping effect. I can share with you my stories as I do to show you how I'm doing it or what I'm in process of. And usually I will do it when I'm in process of it to share the exchange of the energy and what it feels like as a guiding post, like I am right now, as a guiding post to be that mirror. That's quantum energy adjustment, which is what I do for myself, and then I present it in a video for those that are watching, so that they have a reference point in how they can also do it without having to go to a class, without having to get more spiritual. You don't have to get more spiritual to apply these applications. The only thing you get to do that will help you apply it is to feel the feelings of what is happening for you. So when you see me, you go, oh, that's me as a reference point outside of myself, guiding me back into an awareness of energy that lives within me that can be altered from its current state of vibration to its next state. That's what these videos are about. I feel like I've explained it perfectly, but if you would like more explanation, leave some comments below. And that's where we're at. And I'm excited to tell you we're in the childhood awareness factor. I'm also